Hey there! I'm so glad you're interested in learning more about ashwagandha. It's one of my absolute favorite herbs, and I've seen it work wonders for so many of my clients. Let me tell you, in my 15 years of practice, I've never come across an herb quite as versatile and powerful as ashwagandha. First off, let's talk about what ashwagandha actually is. It's an herb that's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years. The name ashwagandha comes from Sanskrit and literally means smell of horse. Now, don't let that put you off. It's called that because it's believed to give you the strength and vitality of a horse. Pretty cool, right? Now, why should you consider taking ashwagandha? Oh boy, where do I even start? This herb is like a Swiss Army knife for your health. It's got so many potential benefits, it's almost hard to believe. But I've seen the results firsthand, and the research backs it up too. Let's start with the big one. Stress relief. In our fast-paced, always-on world, stress is like this constant companion that we just can't shake off. And that's where ashwagandha really shines. It's what we call an adaptogen, which means it helps your body adapt to stress. It's like having a personal stress manager in your corner. I had this client, let's call her Sarah. She was a high-powered executive, always on edge, having trouble sleeping, you know the type. I suggested she try ashwagandha, and within a few weeks, she was like a different person. More relaxed, sleeping better, and she said she felt like she could handle whatever her job threw at her. That's the power of ashwagandha. But it's not just about feeling less stressed. Ashwagandha can actually lower your cortisol levels. Cortisol is that pesky stress hormone that can wreak havoc on your body when it's constantly elevated. By bringing those levels down, ashwagandha is doing some serious heavy lifting for your overall health. Now, let's talk about sleep. Oh, sweet, precious sleep. So many of us struggle with it, right? Well, ashwagandha might just be your new best friend. It's not a sedative, so it won't knock you out like some sleep aids. Instead, it helps regulate your sleep cycles and improves the quality of your sleep. I remember working with this guy, Tom, who had terrible insomnia. He tried everything, melatonin, prescription sleep aids, you name it. Nothing seemed to work long-term. We started him on ashwagandha, and it was like magic. He started falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up feeling refreshed. He told me he hadn't felt that good in years. But wait, there's more. I feel like I'm in an infomercial here, but I swear, this herb is just that good. Ashwagandha isn't just for the mind, it's great for the body too. If you're into fitness or athletics, listen up. Ashwagandha has been shown to improve physical performance in several ways. It can increase muscle mass and strength, improve cardiorespiratory endurance, and even help with recovery after exercise. I've had several athlete clients who've incorporated ashwagandha into their routines and seen impressive results. There was this one client, a marathon runner, who was hitting a plateau in her training. We added ashwagandha to her regimen, and not only did she shave time off her personal best, but she also reported feeling less fatigued after her long runs. It's like ashwagandha gives your body this extra edge to push through and perform at its best. Now, let's get a bit sciencey for a moment. One of the reasons ashwagandha is so effective is because of its anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation is at the root of so many health issues, from heart disease to diabetes to autoimmune conditions. By helping to reduce inflammation in the body, ashwagandha is doing some serious preventative work. Speaking of prevention, let's talk about brain health. As we age, keeping our cognitive function sharp becomes more and more important. And guess what? Ashwagandha might help with that too. Some studies have shown that it can improve memory, attention, and information processing speed. It might even have neuroprotective properties that could help prevent cognitive decline. I had this lovely client, Margaret, who was in her 70s and was worried about her memory. She'd noticed she was becoming more forgetful and was afraid it might be the start of something more serious. We started her on ashwagandha along with some other brain-boosting herbs and lifestyle changes. After a few months, she reported feeling sharper and more alert. Her family even noticed the difference. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? And you're right to be skeptical. In the world of supplements and herbs, there's a lot of hype out there. But with ashwagandha, the benefits are backed by both traditional use and modern scientific research. That being said, it's not a magic pill. Like any supplement, it works best when it's part of a holistic approach to health. That means eating a balanced diet, getting regular exercise, managing stress through practices like meditation or yoga, and getting enough sleep. Ashwagandha can support all of these efforts, but it's not a replacement for a healthy lifestyle. Also, while ashwagandha is generally safe for most people, It's not for everyone. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you should avoid it. It can also interact with certain medications, particularly thyroid medications and immunosuppressants. And if you have autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus, you should talk to your doctor before taking ashwagandha. That's why I always recommend working with a healthcare professional when you're starting any new supplement regimen. They can help you determine the right dosage for your individual needs and make sure it's safe for you to take. Now, let's talk about how to take ashwagandha. It comes in several forms: capsules, powders, and liquid extracts. Personally, I'm a fan of the capsules for convenience, but some of my clients prefer the powder form because they can add it to smoothies or tea. The dosage can vary depending on the form you're taking and your individual needs. Generally, a dose of 300 to 500 milliliters taken twice daily with meals is a good starting point. But again, it's best to work with a professional to determine the right dose for you. One thing to keep in mind is that ashwagandha is not a quick fix. It's what we call a tonic herb, which means it works best when taken consistently over time. You might start to notice some benefits within a few weeks, but for the full effects, you'll want to give it at least a couple of months. I always tell my clients to be patient and consistent. It's not like taking a painkiller where you feel the effects right away. Ashwagandha is more like building a foundation for better health. It's working behind the scenes, helping your body find balance and resilience. And here's a pro tip. Keep a journal when you start taking ashwagandha. Note how you're feeling, your energy levels, your sleep quality, your stress levels. Sometimes the changes can be subtle, and having a record can help you see progress over time. Now, I know we've covered a lot here, and you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. But here's the bottom line. Ashwagandha is a powerful, versatile herb that can support your health in multiple ways. From stress relief to better sleep, from improved physical performance to cognitive support. It's got a lot to offer. Is it right for you? Well, that depends on your individual health needs and goals. But if you're looking for a natural way to support your overall health and well-being, ashwagandha is definitely worth considering. Remember, though, that herbs are powerful medicine. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's always safe or appropriate for everyone. Always do your research, and ideally work with a qualified healthcare professional who can guide you. I hope this has given you a good overview of ashwagandha and why it might be beneficial for you. It's an herb I'm truly passionate about, and I've seen it make a real difference in so many people's lives. Whether you decide to try it or not, I applaud you for taking an active interest in your health. Keep exploring, keep learning, and here's to your health.